Alright, so I'm back, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Cubex Robots Old Time Series 01 Huff. I do not have packaging on this, but I want to thank Josh Lanham. I believe that's how you say your last name. I don't know. Lanham? Josh, thank you so much. He sent this guy to me. So thank you. I really appreciate that. And yeah, this is the first and last outing of the company Cubex, who have since rebranded over into Bad Cube. And this is actually a figure I did want. There were two different masterpiece Huffers that had come out. Why is he at such a slant? His knee's not all the way out, I guess. There we go. And there's the X-Transbot one, and then there was this one. And I actually honestly wanted this one more than the X-Transbot one, but I just never had a chance to get him. He does have some flaws, and we'll get into those as we go. And then eventually I'll show you how to fix these flaws, because I know how to fix these flaws. Not today, but I will. I'm going to be starting a new little, like once a week, I'm going to have repair bay episodes. I think that's what I'm going to call them, the repair bay. And we'll show you how to fix certain issues here. But we got the instruction manual here. He's actually not that complicated, so you don't technically need it. There's a few parts of him that are a little tricky, but yeah, they do a really good job showing off the instructions on this. So, and he does come with the collector's card, which I don't collect. So, get that out of the way. And he also does come with we got a different set of hands. The story, I guess, goes that they designed him with these hands first, and everybody was like, oh, we want Masterpiece style hands that can open and close, so they gave us the Masterpiece hands, but they threw these in anyway because they had already made them. So, cool. I'm going to stick with the hands that are on there just because I'm lazy. And they don't really add anything to the figure. I think these hands here that have the little hinge are fine. If there are simple mushroom pegs that you could slide off, I'd probably show them off, but they're the mushroom pegs that are built inside the arm, so you'd actually have to dismantle the arm to put them on. So I'm not going to do that. He also comes with a different face. So we got, this one's just got the regular face, and this one's got, like, the lips. So, just kind of depends on personal preference there. Let's talk gun. He does have the big gun here. This just plugs into his hands. You don't have to open or close the fingers to do so. You'll have to have the fingers closed, but you don't have to close the fingers around it. And yeah, you can take the gun and you can fold the barrel up, and then you can slide it right here and just keep it for storage. So, now you guys are seeing these scrapes here. It wasn't nearly that bad when I got them. I was just seeing how bad it really was, and it really is that bad as everyone says. I mean, you just run your fingernail over this, and it just comes right off. The rumor is that the factory neglected to clean the plastic after they put the mold release on. Which, in case you don't know what I'm talking about, is when you mold plastic parts, you have to have a steel mold. and then you spray that steel mold before you pour the plastic in with mold release. That helps. Sometimes it's a spray, sometimes it's a powder, but that helps keep the plastic from sticking to the steel. Think about if you cook a pancake on a pan without cooking spray on that. It sticks really, really good if you don't watch it. So anyway, so that's what the plastic would do with these steel plates. So they spray that mold release on there to keep it off. But that mold release is, either sometimes it's a powdery substance, which obviously you can't paint powder, and other times it's a greasy substance, and you can't paint over grease. So that's what the problem is here. And quite frankly, looking at this, I think it's either that or they just use some really shitty paint. But I have the tools to fix that, so I will show you how to fix that at a later date in the repair bay. He also got some loose hips. That is so easy to fix. But I will show that off as well. Ankles are a little loose. Again, I can fix that. And the head is a little loose. That is a pin. So unfortunately, I don't think I can fix the pin. I could try. I'll take it apart and see off screen. I'll take it apart and see actually what's going on there. But if it's like this metal pin there, which I think it is, I can't fix that without taking the pin out. And I will not remove pins because I have a hard time getting the pins back in. I have another issue that I'll show off in a minute, but so yeah, he's loose, he's kind of floppy, but the design wise on this guy, he's actually really, really, really well designed, infinitely better than the Stax figure. I just wish they had better quality. Anyway, head, for posability, head does rotate side to side. It does look up and down. Good luck, keeping it up without it just flopping. Shoulders rotate up and down. These are actually pretty loose. I'll see if I can fix those too. They go in and out. He's got this little shoulder pad that when it's up there, it looks fine. And then it does move with the arm. I wish it had a little bit of a spring in there to get it back into place without having to flip it up, but it's not a make or break deal. He's got a bicep swivel that's really tight, but that's fine. He's got double bend elbows that get that about that much bend there, so that's actually really nice. Hands rotate, fingers, like I said, open and close. He's got a waist swivel. Hips up, down, in and out. Thigh swivel. Bends at the knee. He's got a foot rocker here and does rotate. No back and forth really, but his toe pivots and the heel back here, you can get this out. This actually might be the proper foot transformation, but I like leaving this folded up because it looks better. So yeah, there is his robot mode. Just quick, and he is back heavy, but once I fix those hips, that should fix it. Like the Stax figure, he was back heavy too, and I fixed the hips, and now he stands just fine. And we'll show him against the Stax later, but. So yeah, I like this figure a lot. I mean, it's very obvious he's got problems. I'm not hiding that, but if he didn't have the paint chipping and the loose joints, I think most people would say this is the far superior figure than the X-Transbots, which I wish they just had a better company. Maybe now that they've rebranded it to Bad Q, maybe they can get the new company to reissue this figure. That would probably make a lot of people happy, because I think this guy looks more G1 cartoon accurate than the X Transbots one. Anyway, so yeah, that's really all there is to the robot mode here. So we're gonna get into transformation. So to start, you want to fold this piece up on the gun, and you take this piece here, fold this out. This piece here will flip out. I'm not entirely sure what that's for. I had to look at the instructions to find out where to place these things, because I couldn't remember from the videos I watched before. But I don't know what this is supposed to do. So if anybody's got any ideas, let me know. But for me, I just leave it where it's at. So just fold those up and just set those off to the side. You want to flip this piece out. And here's my other problem. This piece snapped right off first transformation. So plastic quality on these is a little thin. So I wish they were a little bit tighter. And then you want to rotate this piece here around. And then you slide him down, open the chest, and then you can flip the head in. Get that out of the way. And then you take the hips here, and you actually want to squeeze them, and they click in. Once they're in, they're actually a little bit tighter. So, you know, if you want a really easy fix on this guy on loose hips, just squeeze them together, and they fit pretty well. But as soon as you start moving them, they go back out. And then you want to take this piece here and you fold this up, and then you want to try and reach inside. This will help get these tires out. There's some clearance issues here going on, like their Brawn figure. It doesn't quite have enough space to get these tires out, so you just kind of have to force them, which is really unfortunate, but can be done. It can be done. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. I'm breaking things. There we go. Pull that out. Huh. Yeah, that was fun. Then you can take this and just kind of leave it up like that. Then you want to take this piece here and you want to put this back on where it was. And the problem with this piece here is that it's got two little tiny little tabs that just kind of friction in. There's a little hole right there and right there, and they just kind of friction in there. So yeah, they're just really tiny tabs, and I don't really like those. I don't like that type of assembly. It's almost as bad as the tires on Brawn, but not too bad. Open this section up here so you can pull the tire out and close it back up, and it only folds out to here. It looks like maybe it should go all the way around, but it doesn't. So pull this up, flip this out, fold this in, and then you take the feet here. This will fold down. These fold in. And yeah. This just fold in like so. They come together right here. You want to rotate this piece like so, and rotate this piece like so. Rotate the... No, you don't have to rotate the waist. I'm thinking too hard on this. take the arms here, and the chest will fold up, and you want to make sure that the arms stay down where they were. And then they just kind of fold onto the back. And then you open up this section here. And that's where mine broke on the other side. This did not come broke. I broke it. But you peg that in, and you close the hand up. And there's that. And then you take this piece here, and this will fold down. This will actually, there's a little tab right here. They'll plug into that slot right there. You want to pull this butt piece here. This needs to come out. So you want to leave that out for now. Then you take this arm and you'll make sure these waists are all the way up. And then there's two little tabs, little like L-shaped tabs on this section here and here. They'll plug into these little slots here and here. And you just, come on. I know you can do this. Alright, there we go. Just plug those in. And then you get this arm here, fold this down, tab this in, like so. And then all we can really do here now is open this up and plug it into his hand. And then just kind of prop it there and pretend that it's okay. Then you take these sections here, just kind of rotate them out a little bit. Oh, you can see what I was doing there. So you rotate these two feet sections out a little bit so that we can get this piece in. And you just plug the longer piece in first, and it just goes into that slot, that hole right there. Just like so. And you rotate this over and plug it into this side here, and then this will just slide down like so. And then you can take this piece here that's on the inside, fold it out, but it, you know, it doesn't, it just kind of sits there. It doesn't really peg in. You can't peg it in right here. Can you peg it in right here? I don't think you can. No, it doesn't peg in there. I guess you can hold it like that if you wanted to. I like I said, I'm not entirely sure what that's for. So maybe if I look at instructions, that'd help. Then you can take this part of the gun here and just take this and you slide it in there, and it just kind of fits over those two little clear hooks that are in there. And you close this up. Alright, and there you go. There is the Cubex Huff in truck mode. I guess I'll show off that you can plug in the Masterpiece trailer to it. And so he's got just two little slots down here, and this has got the same slots. And you just line those up off camera so you can see what you're doing. And there you go. I think you guys can't see what I'm doing here. I think that's where this little piece comes in handy. Just try and give this a little bit more range, because it doesn't really line up perfectly. But it is a much smaller truck, and it really would have difficulties pulling a big trailer like this. So, anyway, we'll get into getting back into robot mode here real quick. So anyway, the truck rolls pretty well. It holds together pretty well. Obviously, I have a problem with this smokestack. I think that was just really small, thin plastic. You can also rotate these windows mirrors out a little bit. But yeah, I still dig this figure a lot. Maybe it's because I got him for free. Maybe it's because it's just not an X-Transbot figure. Or maybe it's because, you know, everyone was bashing this figure for so long, and now that I have it, I don't think it's as bad. But anyway, to transform him back, you want to, we'll start by untabbing the hand here. Get it out of this thing. There we go. And you can just pull this one out. Pull these pieces up. Pull the mirrors in. Open up this section here, and then you take the whole, just simply fold that down, and then you want to reach in and push out this section to get the gun off. Collapse that back up, and then it rotates in. You want to fold the tires up. Pull those tires up, and you pull this down, and then just pull that piece right there up. We'll leave this open for a moment so we can still have access to it. Then you want to rotate the shoulders. You rotate this little purple part up, and it just kind of, and it'll slot into this little slot right here. So there's this groove here. I'll plug into that little peg right there. Fold the head up, and then push the shoulders up. Plug the chest in. Open this out. Set that off to the side. To take this piece off, and this will just fold back up and plug into place. Rotate the legs down. Open this up, fold this in, collapse it. Open up, fold it in, collapse it. Straighten out the feet. Straighten out those shoulders. Straighten out the hands. Open this up. You want to just kind of rotate that in, and then I'm going to take this and just kind of slide it in there. Collapse it up. Fold up the barrel to the gun. Then this piece will slide in. Then you can just plug it into his hand. And there you go. And then this piece here will fold up and just kind of fill in those knee gaps. And collapse the hips together so he's just got a little bit more stability for a moment. So all in all, I still really like this figure. Let's do the size comparisons. There he is with the Seeker Jet. So this would not work for smaller classics, and I don't think it'll work very well for the larger classics. This is definitely more a masterpiece scale. Getting these guys out of the way. Then we got the MP car, which this does scale pretty well. And Springer. Again, I don't think he works very well with the larger classics, but he does work pretty well with these classic car or the MP cars. And then here he is with the iGear version. This guy really only works with the smaller classics. If you have the smaller classics, this guy works great. If not, he doesn't work. And then, so we'll get him out of the way here. Here he's with the X-Transbot stacks. And he just, like I said, he's just a better engineered figure than him, just not as well executed. This guy's not very well executed either because things keep falling off of him, and he had lots of problems too that I had to fix. But quite frankly, I think engineering-wise, design-wise, this guy's infinitely better than he is. Does that mean that you should buy him over the X-Transbot version one? I don't know. That's up to you. I don't want to sit here and say get this guy or don't get this guy, because I really like this guy. But I don't want to say get this guy if you're going to get it and say, oh man, John told me to get this thing and now it's a broken piece of junk. You know, if you have patience and you know how to fix certain problems like paint chipping and stuff like that, then yeah, you know, it's a good fix. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. He's not as complex as his counterparts here. Here's the Bad Cube, Backland, and Brody, which I think is Brush Guard and Brawn. So yeah, they all scale very well. I think I really like this company. I really hope they can kind of just refine it a little bit more. But all in all, I think these guys work very well together. You know, I've got pipes. I'm going to keep that one, but I'm glad I did not get the X-Transbot version of the Huffer. So for score, you know, as much as I love this figure, I think he's a great figure. I have to give him a 5 out of 10. You know, just getting them right out of the packaging. You know, we got the paint issues, we've got the loose joints, we've got the pieces breaking off. I mean, obviously, it didn't break off right away because it didn't break off till I got it, but and that's one of those things I don't think I can fix because of just the angle of it and the fact that it has to keep rotating. I don't think I can fix that. But honestly, he's going to stay in this mode, so I'm not too broken up about it. I think he's just very well engineered. Just, you know, they said the company did a bad job, or the factory did a really bad job with him. And I can see it, because this is the same company that released these two guys. And they're already way, way ahead of themselves already. Just, he's better designed than these two, because his transformation fits better for a figure of this size. So yeah. So I do recommend him if you know how to fix things. If you're impatient and you just want to open up a figure and put him on your shelf, then don't waste your time on this. Don't get the X-Transbot version either, and don't get these two. You know, unfortunately, everyone's kind of gonna have to fix just a little something on all the third-party companies. It looks like, and some Masterpiece figures too. So yeah. Again, huge thanks to Josh for sending this guy to me. I'm very, very happy with him. I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to be trying to fix him on screen, and we'll see if I can help some other people out with some issues that they're having, because when I see this guy, like I said, I don't see figure full of flaws. I just see a figure that has issues that can be fixed. pretty simply too. I know Repro Labels released a sticker sheet for his chest and arms and stuff. I don't see any paint wear on the arms, but like it covers this whole chest section. And a lot of people are hoping that they do the thighs too. So maybe they will. If they do that, that'd be really cool. So anyway, there is the Cubex Huff figure. I really like him. So, but just try to be unbiased in the ratings. A 5 out of 10.